All right, so last time we were there's a couple things going on. One of them there was like a warning about MIME types. And all I had to do for that, I did work on it a little bit off stream. Actually, let me double check the audio on the stream. Let's see. Channel. And then testing, 1, 2. Okay, that is working. Um, and actually, let me double check one other thing. Okay, it's not too loud. All right, sometimes that like that'll probably still surprise me, but sometimes it's really loud and it's just like, you know, big surprise. All right. So yeah, there was two issues last time. One of them was, oh, I need to pull up the chat. Huh? I should have had all this ready to go, but it's been a minute. It's definitely been a minute. Pull those up. So basically, the good news is I got everything working. I got it ported over and it worked. I was a little bit surprised that it did work, but it does work, and I'll show an example actually in just a minute. So, what is the site again? It's here, and then networking. I could just go here. So if we go to the console, so this is a favicon, that's not a big deal, but if we do, what is it called? Module, call main, pass it no arguments. It doesn't work. Right. I forgot that does not work. But to get it to work, let's see, what did I have to do? So there's a couple things I need to do. But I want to show how I got it working. Um, Even this part, I don't know if I got to this part before on stream. I don't remember. But basically what I did was there was what was that? I gotta remember. Um, well, you know what? For now, let me just show an example. So one of the things I did was I moved the file into the directory that's being served. So this I have access to from uh, I have access to this from here, and I can pull it in with fetch. So the first thing I want to do is go to get this working, and then after this I'll show how I got it working. So the first thing I want to do is you could name this variable anything, and we're just going to do await fetch that. And we could do this on separate lines, but whatever the result of that is going to be, we're going to call .text on that and await that. Because if I just did this, file data is a promise, right? And we want the value from the promise, so we have to await it. So let me bring that back. Throw an await in front of this. I wonder, do I need, yeah, I probably do need the parentheses. And now file data is this data that's in this file, and this is just a text file. So basically, with an .mps um, extension. So all we need to do is call .text. We don't need to do .json or get an array buffer or anything like that. I did try that earlier and it did not work. Just realized all I needed was text. All right, and then actually I want to see something. So if I go to file P, yeah, it's just a text file. Okay. So let file data, wait, okay, so that gives us the file data. And then from here, you get access through Emscripten. It sets up, what? Hit the wrong button. Wait, how do you clear it? Oh, Control L. Okay. So Emscripten sets up a file system. It gives it to you. So fs dot, and there's a bunch of things you could do. And that file system is like sandbox to the browser, I believe. It's like an emulated file system. I don't know if it works with IndexedDB or whatever. I'm not sure, but there it is. And there's a few methods you can call on it. Make dir, as far as I know, will make a directory one level deep, and then make dir tree is like you make the parent all the parent directories uh, up until the directory that you're looking for. So make dir and page. Actually, that's fine. So that's like dash p. If you're doing make dir dash p or dash dash parents, very similar to make dir tree. Because if we look actually, before I do that, let me go fs.list reader fs.reader. Oh yeah, and then you need to pass a directory. We'll go in the current directory. So you have a temp, home, dev, proc. And actually when we do module dot call main, it's looking for the file with this path because that's how the it's basically how it gets built. Um, so yeah, and we could probably, and we're gonna change that, but for now, we'll just make sure we create those directories and based on the root. So this is root, home, admin, etc. So starting in the root, we're gonna do, do I have that still? I didn't paste that. I didn't actually run the command. So make dir tree, so we want to just copy that home, admin, etc. Dist, share. And again, this is based on how I built it. But all right, and then if we go fs.read dir, I keep forgetting you need to pass in a directory. And now we could see, well, there was a home there before, but yeah, but that should go all the way. Actually, we could do, just to test it out, read dir / home. And then we could see we have admin that was not there before / admin. I'm not going to go all the way, but just to show. And those directories were not there. This was definitely not there. Anyways, okay. And then we want to copy that file or write that file data to that directory. So you can do fs.write file to do that. And then you pass in the directory, file name, or the whole path, including the file name and the data. Okay. And from there, I believe it should work now. So if we do call main, module dot call main, it runs it, and this is the same output that you get, as far as I know. I mean, I didn't check everything, but I spot checked it. Same output you get if you built this in the command line, which I think I did on stream a while back, maybe not. But yeah, it's same output. So, well, working in the browser, perfect. So now, how did I fix it? And I don't remember. I'm assuming since it's running, I'm pretty sure I got this working before. Up to the point where it said could not open the input file. I think I did that on stream, but just in case, without having to go and look back if I did that or not. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to go over really quick. So there was a warning, something to do with MIME types and all that. So to deal with that, I had to change the Nginx configuration to add that MIME type in there. So if we do cat nginx conf, you can see in there when it does the MIME types, it's in the it includes that file. So all I did was modify this file. So if we look at that one, paste. All I did was add it up here somewhere, right here. So I just did application. I just added this line exactly how it is. Application wasm, and that's it. And that warning went away. So it's using the instantiate stream instead of instantiate or something like that. I forgot what the warning was, but yeah. I think um, either way, it's not a big deal. Hey, how's it going, man? Um, that's a good question. What's an LP solver? It's a linear programming solver. So let me see what this is. Hold on. GitHub. Let me see. I have a good example actually. I forget. Is this it? CLP wasm. It's a math thing basically. There's a problem like if you have a linear, there's a set of linear equations that can describe something like, you know what? Let me see. Carpenter problem. Carpenter problem? Math? I don't think this is it. No. Maybe I watched a video that said there's a thing called a carpenter problem, but maybe that guy just made it up. I don't know. Basically, here, let me find an example actually. CLP, oh, here it is. Here it is. There we go. So these people did the same thing, or whoever Centrifuge is, I guess it's like a company or something, I don't know. They ported over a CLP linear programming solver. I wanted to do it myself for a few reasons, instead of just using this one. Um, but yeah, here's an example. So I'm going to do two things with this. The first thing is I'm actually probably going to do something very similar to this, where you can just type in a linear programming problem and then have it solve it. But that's not the main goal. The main goal I want to use it for is IDFS lineup optimizer. So this package here uses uses an optimizer, and the optimizer it uses is the one I'm porting over. So the one I'm porting over is pull, or not. The one I'm porting over is CBC, but CBC calls. I'm sorry, pull Python calls CBC. So this package I'm eventually going to use. Something like Wolfram. No, that's a good question though. I love Wolfram. I used Wolfram Alpha a lot in school and it helped me. Uh, it was crazy. I don't know if they have this anymore, but you could like download the app and like solve all the stuff for free, and it shows you the steps how to do it, and then and then like there's a subscription if you did it online. But like the app, you could just pay for it once. But I'm sure they changed that. Anyways, that's how it used to be. But yeah, the Wolfram app was awesome back in the day. And I'm sure it's still cool. I haven't used it for a while. But yeah, what I want to do is use this package to basically create a DFS optimizer. Um, I'm basically taking this tool and giving it an interface on a website. And my first thought was like I'm gonna like go through this code and like port it all over to something that can like either JavaScript or whatever, something else. Then I realized it uses an optimizer, and the optimizer is a bunch of other code I'd have to port over, or a bunch of other code I'd have to not port over, but like redo all myself. And it was just a huge project. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can look into another way to use that. And I knew about WebAssembly before, so I was like, I'll just see if I can port it over in WebAssembly. And I was finally able to do it. I have a long way to go. Um, yeah, exactly. And I have a really long way to go, but I got the main like basic example done. And what's the other thing? I can't think right now. What was I just talking about? I don't know. But anyways, the thing I'm using uses pulp. What pulp is also made by the same organization or part of the same organization, and pulp Paul's CBC Solver. So CBC LP Solver is yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Um, anyways, how you been? What you been up to? So, crap, what was I thinking? I had something I wanted to say. I forgot what it was. Anyways, this is the kind of problem, by the way, that it can solve. The problem that it solves through the program I want to port over uses a lot more constraints and stuff, so a lot more complex than this. But these are just some trying to maximize this equation based on or subject to these constraints. And that's what it does. So I don't know how that works exactly. I kind of know how it works, but anyways. All right, so where was I at? So the not much, just procrastinating. Yeah, I mean there are hoverboards, like they suck, but they definitely exist. They're not the hoverboards from Back to the Future, that's for sure. And I'm not talking about like they actually have hoverboards. But yeah, I agree, man. Things are could be better for sure. All right, what's next? What's next? What is next? Hold on, I'll be right back 1 second. Horrible week at work. Yeah. I mean, my week at work wasn't the best. It was, I, I don't know. I'm looking, I keep looking for like, just like keep improving and building my skills so I can get higher paying jobs, whether it's with the same company or not. So I don't know. But I realize a lot of the work, if I'm working for someone else, unless it's something I really, really love for some reason, it's hard for me to get into it. So might as well just get paid more. So that's my goal right now. That's why I'm working on this. I'm gonna put this on a resume, obviously, and I'm gonna put some of the other stuff I've been working on a resume. I'm working on a stock, like a stock market scanner thing that I barely started working on, but yeah. All right, anyways, next thing to do. All right, so how did I get this working? I don't remember if I showed this before, but there was a message. Where am I at here? See admin. So I think we're in wasm, CBC test, and then build. No. Yes, I was in build, and I was in CBC, and then master, and where was that? I think it was here. No, it was an example, right? Examples? Yeah, it was in here. So when I ran it initially, love to get an ML on historic stock data, but everyone says that's a really bad idea. Why would they say it's a bad idea? I don't get that. Um, like for real, they're saying it's a bad idea or what? Yeah, I mean, if anyone actually said that, they probably don't know what they're talking about. Past cannot predict the future. Yeah, I mean, do you have any experience in the market? Because you'll know like that's kind of BS if you have some experience. Like it's total BS. The past almost always predicts future. Like obviously it can't predict it like 100%, but there's patterns that just have existed forever and they still exist. Sometimes they go away, sometimes they come back, whatever. They're always there. And there's reasons why those patterns exist. You don't need to know the reasons, but if you can guess at them, that kind of helps. But and you'll never fully understand exactly why something's going on because it's very complex. But you can get some basic ideas of why things happen in the market and find patterns. I would say ML can be used to find the patterns, but I think to me, ML is more important. ML is way more important in the market. I don't know. To be honest, I haven't tried it yet, but I've been starting to look into it. I think the most important thing it would be used for is coming up with strategy once you're already in. Right? So once you're already in a position, then that's where it could be important, like how to execute that position. But finding the patterns, it could do that too for sure. But like um, yeah, it takes a lot of human knowledge and just knowledge of the market and just creativity, etc., to be able to use it properly. But you're not just gonna like just throw ML generic neural network at like the entire market and it solves it for you, right? You just have to like come up with a strategy. You have to figure out how can I use ML as a tool to help me with this, whether it's to find a pattern, to like really nail down a certain pattern that I'm kind of noticing, but maybe I can't, you know, there's a lot of ways you can use it. A lot of ways you can use it. And then what I'm interested in personally is using ML, reinforcement learning ML, to once you're already in a position, how do you manage that position, right? I think that's what it could really excel at because it's very hard. You could come up with some rules of, percentages based on averages from the past, but I think ML would really excel at once you're in a position, how do you execute it? How do you exit the position? That's where it could be good, in my opinion. Another thing as far as I know, prices are set by the average of human intuition. It's not something mappable. Average of human intuition. It's interesting. Yes, probably. That kind of makes sense, but it's not 100% true because there's a lot of algorithms and probably a lot of ML already in the market as well. So it's not just human for sure. Another thing is you have to have ML one level of abstraction better than the other players. Um, One level of abstraction better than the other players. So one level higher, one step ahead. Kind of. I mean, that's a way of looking at it, right? I don't know. I don't think as much in those terms. I used to play a lot of poker and they call that like a leveling war in poker, but I don't know. It was like find something that keeps repeating and then backtest it and then monitor it. Right. There's a guy, Matt Owens. I think his name is Triforce Trader. Maybe you've heard of him. Check out his YouTube. He's very into just backtesting, monitoring algorithms, all that stuff. And from what I can tell, he does well. Obviously, I don't know. He seems to do well. Seems to be a smart guy. Market price is already ML'd. Um, I mean, to a point. I mean, I would be crazy if there wasn't a lot of algorithms based on machine learning that were not running in the market. I'd be shocked. But I think there's a lot of opportunities. I think the longer you wait to get into it, the worse it's going to be, as everything gets. Just like ML is used probably all the time with daily fantasy sports, which is the thing I'm building right now. So at this point, it's probably becoming more of a lottery than anything else. I mean, there's a lot. What I've noticed too is when people say like you can't beat something, like I just you just once you get into the thing, like whether it's daily fantasy, whether it's stocks, whatever. I mean, poker online, I would not do that anymore for sure. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on that I wouldn't want to deal with on that, but yeah, stocks, um, daily fantasy, stuff like that. I mean, once you get into it, you see like the people that say you can't beat it are kind of wrong. Um, because you see so many mistakes that other people make. At some point, though, it gets harder and harder, right? Just like the stock market, it will get harder and harder and harder. I think right now you should get in. If you're gonna do it, you should do it right now because ML is hot. People are gonna get more and more into it. People are gonna get smarter with the methods they use, and it's gonna get harder and harder. And people will continue to seek out and find edges, and those edges that you're looking for will be soaked up by other people, and you know, it's gonna get harder. So. How to exit the BTC market. I think BTC, I don't know. This is just totally based on 100% based on just a very limited knowledge. I was trading it manually, no kind of AI or anything involved a long time ago. And I also traded the market too. BTC, for some reason, maybe I'm wrong, but it feels very algorithmically driven and very difficult to beat. So even though it's 24/7, which is appealing, I don't know. Maybe you could beat it. You could try. If you come up with back testing, then and it seems good, then try it, right? And as always, if you come up with something, you need to be careful. You need to monitor it. If it starts losing at a certain rate that is beyond normal, then you need to, change how it works or give it up. So, I mean, it's not easy. Also, what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's beatable, maybe it's not. I don't know. But to me, just based on very limited experience, it seemed very difficult. Now, there were things that you could do, um, and you could automate. There were definitely ways to beat the altcoins. Um, I won't go into details, but there's certain Twitter accounts and certain news events that could just pump up a certain coin and it would just go crazy if someone sent out a tweet, right? So, and that happens on other things too, but so yeah, that's something that could be automated, and that's just one thing, one example. Um, let's see. And if you have something, and by the way, if you had something automated, right, it would be monitoring the Twitter account, so you wouldn't have to like do it yourself. If it needed to have some sort of sentiment analysis, that's available with ML now. But if it didn't have to have sentiment analysis and just like a keyword, this one Twitter account would say, for instance, and it would the altcoin would start going up, and then you could create a strategy around that, right? I mean, that's something. Anyways, let's see, where were we at? Okay, so I was in here, minimum wasm. Yeah, I've thought a lot about a lot of these things. I do have a strategy I want to backtest, and I did do it on a previous stream, not too long ago, and I got into using Backtrader. uh, which is okay. It has a lot of things that I'd have to redo myself. I was going to make a backtesting system, so it's something I'll use at the beginning, but if I find it too limiting, then I'll maybe make my own. And to be honest, I didn't really want to use Python, but I mean, whatever. So yeah, there's a strategy I want to do with that. Now I'm going to do a stock market scanner, which is going to use TA lib.js. This one, I think. Is this one? Yeah, it's this one. And I already tested that out on a previous stream, and it works. And the scanner will take in streaming data from Alpaca, and it will scan it for whatever. And that's not that project is just going to be for a portfolio, but it's something I could use. That is more for manually trading, but it could be used to automate things as well. Um, so, anyways, let's get back to this. So, example, okay, minimum wasm. Minimum wasm. Right, so this is the example file, and if you do from here, is it here? Yeah. So if you do em make, make, and then driver equals minimum. Oh, right, I need to go back. So let's do a push directory. Where do I need to go back to? Wasm. Em SDK. How about create a game where people bet on markets and slurp up the data? I've actually thought about doing that. I have thought about doing that. It is a good idea. Um, yeah, like create a game like where it's play money, or I mean not play money, but either there's maybe there's an entry fee, maybe it's free to enter, or whatever, and there's some sort of prize based on sponsorships, ads, or even like a prize that's fake, like yeah, digital gold. Then yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's an interesting idea. I've thought about that, but I don't know. I'm looking at other things that are interesting me in I'm more interested in right now. All right, so back to this Emscripten. Let's see. Download and install. So I don't think I need to do this. Maybe I need to. Actually, I'm gonna try it without doing that because I always do the activate. I'm not sure if I need to. All right, let's go to pop directory. Get back where we were. And then, okay, so if I run that command again, the em make. All right, so here's how I figured out how to do it. I think. Is it in here? Tell me it's in here. Wait a second. What? Oh, right. So now I have this, and what I did was, um, because you could wait the average each accounts as a player, you could copy one or more, and for your backtracking. Yeah, I mean it's an interesting idea. It could definitely work. Crap, did I write that down? Tell me I wrote that down. Please tell me I wrote that down. Yes, I did. Okay. So what happened was in here, I ran this, I think. So EMCC, that's the compiler thing. You pass in the argument to make it optimized, or yeah, optimized 3, I guess. You pass in the object file, and you say the output is going to be that. It'll create like everything, right? So here's where I figured out how to fix it. It says, warning, link with to get more information, right? So I did that. And what that told me, and the only reason I knew how to do this could be called trade wars or something. Yeah, it's a really good idea. I really thought about doing that before. I mean, I'm not saying, I did think about that before, but yeah, it's a good idea. I just I might do it at some point, who knows? But I don't know. I just got some other stuff going on. I looked, you know what? Yeah, it actually it didn't make me not want to do it. I found something that already existed, kind of like that. I don't remember what it's called, but it actually made me like it made me want to do it more because the thing I found was like didn't look very good. But at the same time, it made me want to do it less because I'm like, I don't know, it looks like nobody uses this, right? So that's the thing. It's even if you build something, it's you can definitely, advertise it for free and, stuff like that. Just mention it in certain Reddits or whatever. People, you could call it spam or you can call it sharing. I don't know. But there's a way to get your program around, but I don't know. I don't know, it might be something people wouldn't use. And right now I'm focusing on things that I personally want rather than just a thing that may or may not be used. So it's things I want for myself and things that could look good on a resume and things that so no matter what, it's good for me, right? Either it will help my resume or it will not be a huge project that I could like build this whole thing out. That would also kind of look good on a resume, but then it's like, okay, nobody's using it and I don't want to use it, so I don't know. I'm trying to like do them all at once. All right, so I ran that, and then here's what it says, and this really helped me. So it says it's undefined symbol of these things, right? And I wouldn't have known this if I hadn't built some other stuff before and I figured out like what was going on. What this means is it's looking for these libraries. Because one thing I tried to do before is I was like, it's all undefined, before I did this, it was like undefined symbol this, undefined symbol that. So I tried to add them to exported functions, and that did nothing, right? Um, but yeah, what it's looking for these libraries. So what I did was I moved over the what did I move over? What is that minimum? I don't know. I think I just need the O file. I moved over the O file to because I had compiled the libraries earlier with another thing I did. Um, so the object file is in, I moved it over to dist here. And then here, if you look in lib, um, and this is something I did try to do earlier, but I didn't quite understand what was going on. Um, I tried to move another file here and link it to these libraries before. One thing that didn't work because I had to kind of use the build system because it linked things in a certain order, and I guess the order kind of matters. I don't know. But and that was for like the share when the libraries were, what is it, shared? I can't think of the word. Not shared, but is it shared library? Why can't I think of that right now? Oh, dynamic libraries. And as far as I can tell, maybe I'm wrong. WASM, at least by default, or maybe always, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Um, always ex always create or generates static libraries. So there's no the order doesn't matter. So all I did in that case was take what I already had from before, and I added all this stuff on there. And I'll go through this right now. So I have EMCC, what I had before, O3, minimum O, O, or dash O is minimum HTML. That's it outputs HTML file, a JS file, and a WASM file. This capital dash L is where the libraries are located relative where you are. In that case, it's lib folder. I think you can put a space between these two, but I don't want to keep them together. All the lowercase dash l's are the libraries inside of here, and you omit the lib part and you include this part. And then, what else? So this is what I had before, undefined symbols. That's for p threads, because I'm not using the threaded version, so it basically ignores p threads when it tries to find that. It just says I don't care if I can't find it, basically. And then the dash s exported runtime methods. Call main is something you can use. I'm gonna do it a different way in the future. But call main is something you can use that calls the main. And the reason I did it this way is just to test it out. Um, let me think about this really quick. I did it to test it out, and because the example has it runs a main function, right, by default. And this invoke run 0, make sure that it doesn't run at the beginning. Because if you leave this out, it will run as soon as you load the wasm gets loaded, it runs main. It's not a big deal because I could rerun it, but I'd rather not. Exported functions is just saying we're going to export main. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. So we have access to main. This allows us to call main. And then this makes sure it doesn't run, and everything else the same as before. And this worked. I'm not going to run this command right now because it takes a while, but yeah, that got everything working, and I was pretty happy about that. So yeah, now it's running in the browser, and all I did from there is it outputs those files. I just copied those files over to that folder I had, um, uh, the web server folder, basically on this VM. So yeah, that's it. It's running. And now I can move on with the next step, which is to compiling and running. I did find that call main. Hold on, call main, GitHub, CBC. Where did I find that? Is it this? Call, oh no, I didn't put call main. Was it this? No. He does talk about call main. But where was that? It was inside of an issue. Maybe this was it. Oh, this is it actually. I'm gonna bookmark this. So exit runtime, not exit runtime, sorry. Where is it? This is it, right? Yeah, so he does the same thing I'm doing. Invoke run 0, export of functions main, export runtime methods, call main. I don't know why he has FS in the NV, because those, or at least FS comes by default, but maybe it's changed. I don't know. This was a couple years ago, so. This guy's really good. I notice. This guy knows his stuff and has good answers. So that's where I found that. But yeah, there's a long thread. There's another thing I want to do, which is not dynamic linking. Build WebAssembly. Where is it? Running dynamic linking. Where is that? Compiling and running? That's it. You know what? I don't know how I found it, but it's in here. Oh, I think this is it. Maybe. No, this isn't it. Optimizing, providing. I'm actually wondering how big sources. How big is this stuff? Network. So memory cache, disk cache. Does it say? It's actually not terrible. 3 megabytes, not that bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It doesn't take that long to load. All right. Where are we at? Build files, running HTML files. Man, there's a thing that talks about C-call? Or no, C-wrap. C interacting with code. I think this is it. Yeah, here we go. Calling compiled C functions from JavaScript using C-call and C-wrap. The easiest way to call compiled C functions from JavaScript is to use C-call or C-wrap. C-call, call the compiled C function with specified parameters and returns a result. So to do this would not be that difficult. All I need to do is go remove this. Let's go back to build CBC, and then examples. Okay, from in here, actually what I want to do is, so I think if you do whatchamacallit, it does, here, let me see, em make driver equals minimum. Yeah, so what we can do is go to open source. I don't know. Where does it pull that from? CBC wasm makefile examples? It's not in examples, right? No. Test. Makefile. Source? It's not in here, right? There's no C files. Is there a minimum in here though? ls grep stamp? Reg? Grep stamp. Okay. So minimum. No. Huh. I guess it reads it from back here. Wait, not the build. No, back a little bit. Um, Wait, did I not go back? Yeah. CBC, um, examples. Wait, is it in this? Here? No. include. This might be ls grab min. No, you could search for partial, right? OSI, OSI. It's not in there, so it's not in bin, not include, not in lib, not maybe in share. I don't think so. That's where that file was, though. The test file I'm using. Um, what the? Alright, there we go. Alright, so cd wasm CBC. Alright, so it's in here and then examples, right? Minimum. So I guess it pulls it from here. Let's make a copy of minimum and call it minimum back, and then is that there? Where is that? Alphabetic order? Okay. Nano or nano minimum. Did I change this? Yes. What did I do? There we go. So what I can do is instead of calling this main, I can call this run, and I can still take those in, but I'm not going to because I don't need to. I will take in a string, or no, how do you do a string? I have no idea. String C++, string class. Give me an example. String str. So I don't think they're using namespace, right? So let's go as, I think this is how we could do it, I'm not sure. String, and then, is it C out? Like that? Hold on, let me just double check this. C++, REPL. Let's call this int run cout test, and then this would be it's got to be std. Let me get rid of this and call it run. What? Oh, right, I need semicolons. Cout. So is that not how you do it? C++ REPL. Oh, it's the other way around. Alright. Warning generated. End of a non-void function. There we go. Test. Testing. Alright, cool. And then what I really want to do is pass it, log this, and then std string input, and then log this. Okay. So I want to take in a string. I'll call it LP problem string, and then C out std C out LP problem string, and then end L, if I remember correctly. End L, and then std C out another line. And L. Oh, it's STD. STD. Okay. So STD and L, STD out, LP problem string, STD and L. Alright, cool. Cool. Alright, so I want to see if this will log out what I call. Yes. Now we're gonna go back to where we need to go here. Build? Is that how I do it? Build. CBC. And then in here, all right, this is where I need to be. Let's remove that, and remove that. I actually don't need to do this. I think it'll override them, but whatever. Okay. So we want to go with em make driver equals minimum. Let that do its thing. And then we want to move the O file, the object file. Let's just copy it. Back, so that's in there, there. And then where? What's after that? You know what? I want to move it actually to home slash wasm. And I want to go to home slash wasm. From here, I want to move minimum over into this. Yes. From here, cat, I can't see it, but all right. So now from here, I want to run that command I ran before, but change it up a little bit. So let's take this, forget about invoke run. Main, we're gonna call it run now, I think that's what I called it. And then we'll do C call, or no, what's it called? C wrap. Easiest way to call compiled C functions from JavaScript is to use ccall or crap. Ccall calls a compiled function with specified parameters and returns the result, while crap wraps a compiled function and returns a JavaScript function. What? What's the difference? I mean, I get this part, I don't get the first part, I guess. Crap is therefore more useful when we plan to call a compile function a number of times. Yes, I do. Alright, so we want crap. Crap. And then, so So everything else is the same. Exported runtime method, CWrap. I think I need to do, actually that's fine. CWrap and that, I think is it. Let's see if it works. Exported symbol. Really? Really? Let's see, does it still have main? No. Did I not call it run? What did I call that? Pretty sure you have to put an underscore. Huh. Okay. Am I doing this wrong? Interesting. So it doesn't have main. Hold on, let me see if I do this again. So if I do this again, it shouldn't work, right? If this works, then I am confused. Alright. Okay, cool. So that doesn't work, and it shouldn't, because there's no more main method. But it also doesn't have a run method for some reason. What did I do wrong? Examples, wrong place. Where was this thing? I get lost in this stuff. Was it examples? Oh, it was examples. I was in the right place. So, it's is there a header file? Minimum header? I don't know. I don't think so. What? Cat minimum? I called it run. What's the problem? All I did was change that from main to run. I could go with the call main if I had to. I mean, that does technically work, but what the heck? What was your message? Why is your message that far away? Or no? Oh, here it is. Okay, I think. Hmm. I did call it run. Wonder what the issue is. What is the error? I'll search the error. Undefined exported symbol. Emscripten. Undefined exported symbol. Header file. What? Create a C-style sort of function. Which will not have its name angle. Then call it directly with. What? Am I missing something? I guess I'm doing it wrong or something. I don't know. Consider. Oh. Oh, they even say it there. I missed that. Okay. So we need extern C. What the heck is this? Okay. So we need to wrap it in extern C, it looks like. Okay. That's not hard. You know what? Mark this page. That'll help me find it later, but you know. No. Min. Dang it. Okay. So here I'm gonna put extern C. Is that how you do it? I want to look up what exactly this means. What is the effect of extern C in C++? I guess to make sure, I don't think this is gonna be an issue, but I will make it a more unique name. Run LP Solver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. If they use that name, then that's pretty ridiculous. All right, extern C. Um, and then put it at the end. I'm not gonna worry about indentation as long as it is wrapped. Let's make sure it's wrapped properly. I mean, that I did it right. That looks good. Okay. Yeah, we'll give it a little bit of space. Why not? Can I give it space down here? No. You know what? I changed my mind. No space. Right up against it. Okay. Alright, hopefully this fixes it. Let's go ahead and run that again. Where was that? C space build flash. What? Is it in here? Yes. Okay. Let's go with just to make sure. Um, Starting with the clean directory, even though I'm pretty sure it overwrites it. You make driver equals minimum. Yeah, make driver equals minimum. Yes. Cool. And then once again, copy minimum to the home directory slash wasm. Yes. And then, crap, wrong thing. Dang it. Here, let's copy this. Copy the object file. And then go there, remove minimum into dist. And then we go in there and go that command I had before. Let's get rid of this file. All right, cool. Let's try this. Paste. Call main. Get rid of that. Oh crap, what is it called? Run. I don't remember. I'll have to copy that down. That. Minimum. Wasm. Uh, build CBC. What? CBC. Um, examples, minimum CPP. What? Hold on. Wait, where am I at here? Ah, it's the wrong place. I don't want to be there. I want to be in CBC. Bottom? Oh, no, it wasn't. Examples. There we go. And then minimum. There we go. So it's called run LP Solver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? All right. I wonder if I have to use that underscore. We'll see. All right, let's try this again. copy, paste that whole thing. Whoops. Get rid of invoke run. Do underscore run LP Solver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All main is gonna be run, not run, C wrap. That should be it. Nice. No errors. Let's go. What's the warning? Oh, pthread. I don't care about that. Pthread is why we are doing this. I eventually do want to use threads, I think, to make it faster, but I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Keep it simple and go from there. So this, as soon as it's done, should be able to call that function, and we'll try it out. Anyways, I'll be right back while this is running. It takes like a minute or so. Alright, cool. It looks like it's done. So now I just need to move minimum HTML, move minimum JS, or no, minimum JS and minimum wasm into site, and then cd to the home directory and go publish. Publish just moves all the files that are in site into the actual place that serves up the page. Let's see. Where's the thing? There it is. So if we don't have module call main, that's main. This is not looking good. Dang it. So it's not nice. Okay. I just had to clear the cache. All right. So we want to do module dot run LP solver. Cool. All right, we're gonna pass it testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, dang it. Why does that not go? Ah, It does at least call the same function. Um, so that's good. Does C out not actually? Let me try something. Let's try this again. Let's try these commands. Okay, make directory tree. Right. Alright, and let's see, file data. Okay, so it's still working. At the top of this, does it show that? Is it because the file was missing? It didn't output anything? I don't think so. No. Why does it do that though? So that's a problem because, hold on. Why does that show nothing? That seemed promising. That doesn't error out, it just like logs blank. What? Huh, it's weird. Takes a while. Oh, so it does log something, right? I mean, it's trying to log something, it just doesn't. What do they do to log this? So if I go to wasm CBC samples at minimum. I'm shocked this doesn't work. Hmm. Go back to this. Um, hmm. IO stream. That's is that why? What if I don't put that? Huh. That why? Maybe. Me out. I guess I do need that. Okay. So that's what I forgot. Oh, I think that's what I did wrong. Anyways. Go through that process again. Good work this time. I think. Was I in the right place? No. Dang it. Um, let's go em make driver equals minimum. Move minimum. Oh, move this. All right, let's run that command. I'm actually going to copy that to wherever that is. There it is. All right. Copy that into my notes. Cool. All right. So, is it IO stream? It is, right? Yeah. I think it would have had an error. Otherwise, right? Looks good. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let that run. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. This should be good to go. Minimum, minimum, and minimum. All right, let's see what happens. What was it called? It is. Oh, dude, it still doesn't work. What the heck, man? I should not take it an input, you know? I should have tried just C out with nothing. Alright, I'm gonna try one more time. And then I might give up. At least for now. Give me 1 second. Problem is I need to be able to call this and pass it the string of the problem. So I do need to get this working. I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep working on this. Alright, back to the CBC folder. Can't wait till I could actually start making this work. There's a few things I need to do though on top of this. Let's see, minimum. Let's try a couple things I want to try. Let's do no inline. And then let's do std cout testing like that. Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna remove everything that might have caused the problem, but I doubt it. Just in case. Yeah, make driver equals minimum. Okay. Move, copy. Just in case, I'm gonna go into this dist folder, clear this out as well. I don't think that was the issue though. Move minimum into the dist, and then run the command. Am I missing something? Maybe I'm doing something it's just a little bit wrong. Let's look at this command again. EMCC minimum L OSI error exported runtime method CRAP exporter functions. I think that LP Solver. Yeah, I think that's good. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens. Alright, just work. Um, we'll make sure everything's good. Oop, what? Okay, see how it works. Let's see. Okay. So cout works, but it doesn't output the variable I pass into it, which I don't understand. If I pass in a string, oh, I do. I think I understand actually. I do think I understand actually. I don't think you could do strings. That is a problem. Hmm. How does that work? The first parameter is the name of the function to be wrapped. The second is the return type of the function. The third is an array of parameter types. What? Oh, you gotta call it like that? What? Ah, I see, I see, I see. Okay. I was doing this wrong. That's really handy. Okay. Um, so I had it right the whole time. I was doing it wrong, I think. Helps to read. All right. Paste. How do I paste? In square root. Let's call this var run solver crap run LP solver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It returns a number, I think, whatever. Okay. And then the parameters string. Oops, string. Why does that look weird? Missing parentheses. Ah, I forgot to put a quote here. It's like something looks weird about this. All right, run solver. Testing. Still doesn't, dude. What? Okay, that's weird. It does run it. I can't pass in a string. What the heck? Why not? That's how that works, right? Hmm. Uh, okay. I need a char pointer, whatever that is, array or char pointer. Okay, that is my problem. I don't know. I don't think that's how string work. Hold on. The types are number, string, or array. Okay. So if I go to hmm, where is that? The REPL. There's. Didn't I have another one? Yeah. All right, so if I go here and I instead say char pointer in, does it still work? One warning generated. C++11 does not allow conversion from string literal to char pointer. Okay. So string literal to char. I do it. Converting from a const to a char is generally not possible. Const, huh? So if I do const, how about this? No, it's not gonna work. Can I put const here? Huh. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what I need. We'll see if I can. I hope so. All right. Wasm. Good news is I was right about where it's reading it from. It's reading it from here. Okay. So let's do instead of a string, let's do a char pointer or const char pointer. Okay. Is that right? Yeah. Passing a string, which is that. Cool. Actually, you know what? I didn't look. Is it saying that afterwards? I was only looking before. It's not. Okay. Just so I know this is different. I think one. I don't want to move that above, but nah, it's fine. I'll put it afterwards. I think I could do endo. I don't think that was the issue. STD endo. And same here. And no. Okay. Cool. All right. Back. Back. Build. And then examples. This will be a good test because I changed the output, so we should be good to go. without having to delete everything. Driver equals minimum. Move to wasm dist. Whoa. Then run the command. I think I'll stop or at least take a break if I get this passing in the string and logging it out. That is a huge step for what I'm trying to do. Because then I could basically have this as a one module, and then the other module will run and then pass that string into it. So that is perfect. Hmm. And while this is running, I'll just show that module I'm going to be using. I'm going to use Pyodide for that, which also uses WebAssembly and the tool I'm using right now. And it's a port of the entire, or maybe not the entire, but a lot of the Python, CPython implementation of Python. So that's cool. It will make my program large, so, but that's fine. I think nowadays, not a big deal. And for what it does, I think it's pretty good. Like ideally, I would like to have it a separate program, but man, I don't want to redo that whole program. I'll take a lot of time, and I want to move on to other things. All right, so move minimum, minimum, minimum to the site, and then publish the site. All right, so if this says testing one, or at least know that I don't have to delete stuff, which I didn't think I did anyways. Module dot what is does say testing one. Cool. All right, so if we pass in a string test, A B C D E. Dang it, dude. No. Can't believe it still doesn't work. All right. Well, let's try C wrap. I don't think it'll help, but maybe. Should probably copy this somewhere. So I'll have to keep writing it out. It says testing one, right? Yeah. So it has the updated code. Let's change this to a string. Let's change this to a number. Never mind. And then run LP Solver. Let's see what happens if it doesn't exist. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay. Run LP Solver. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Nice. All right. The C wrap works. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Mm, perfect. Cool. All right. That is a great place to take a break or stop for now. Everything is working. I could pass in a string. I actually didn't expect that to work. So Nice. I can pass in the problem through a string. The next step I want to do is, and I've already actually done this, but I'll redo it, or I'll at least show it on stream to get this working. And the thing I haven't done is take the two separate modules and have one call the other. Plus, I want to have, what do you think about this? Yeah, I want to have them both run in a web worker too, so that's another thing I have to do. But yep, I'm gonna stop for now, or at least take a break. I may or may not be back later. But yeah, a big progress there, so getting closer and closer. And then once I have this, or not that, pulp, which is gonna be used through this, um, actually creating the problem, passing it to the LP solver, I could actually at that point do the demo that looks like this or similar to this. And then after that, I can work on the other thing I was working on. So, good place to stop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.